today we'll be talking about access modifiers. There are free access modifiers that we'll be talking today. It's the public access modifier, private access modifier, and protected access modifier. Now, the public access modifier is specified using the keyword public. We have to have a keyword public. So then you know it is a public access modifier. Classes, methods, or data members that are declared as public are accessible from anywhere in the program, which means if I have declared a method, a function as public, it will be accessed even outside the class. Private access modifier, it is when we declare the variable or functions as private. It is often used to demonstrate data encapsulation. So when we declared a function or a data member as private, it cannot be accessed outside the class. So it has restricted access. Protected keyword, when we use protected keyword, it is being used where the concept of inheritance has been implemented. For example, where we have a superclass and a subclass. There we can use protected, which means the member, whether it is a data member, whether it's a method, it will be accessible in the subclasses. It is like being private, but in superclass and subclass. So this is when we use protected keyword. Now let's go and see each example. So I have one here in CapEx. Let's put it here public. Public. And let's run the program. So here, as you see, I have declared a variable I is equal to 10. Here I have an object dot I. We have called this variable. Will it be accessible? Because it is public, it has to be accessible. So let's see. Let me run javac and cap demo dot java. Here it is, so no syntax error, nothing. Java and cap demo. And here it is, we have a value of I here. All right. So now let's see, because this is public, this is defined with the public access modifier, this is being able to be accessed, the variable can be accessed here. If I do not put an object, what happens? Error. We have to put an object in Java to access a variable. Good. So back here, and this is to show you the value of the object. I can save it. Okay, Java and cap demo. Here it is. Now let us put this as private. If I put this as private, so this is a private access modifier being used in front of a variable. The same applies if I have to put it in front of a method. Now this is having a private access. I is having private access, which means that this will not be accessible. It should not be outside the class, because this is outside class and CapEx, and it will not be accessible. So let's see. So javac and cap demo dot java. Let me see if I've saved it first. Let me save it first. Okay. So I has private access. So I cannot be accessed outside the class. But let us say here I'm going to add a function. Here. I'm going to display it through system.out.println value of I e.add function here. I'm calling this function here. So here I'm calling this function here, e.add function. Then I'm going to do a Java C and cap demo dot Java. So here the I is private. It has been declared as private. So I have put the function void add. Alright, so the function void add has been created where I'm going to use the value of I to display. So e.add function, so I'm calling this function. So now let's see what happens. Java C and cap demo dot Java. Java and cap demo. Here it is, the value of I. So this is private. It has been defined as private. Within the class, the method can access the variable. But if I had, as I did previously, if I had called e.I here, directly here, it would not be displayed because we'll be accessing a variable, a data member that is declared as private. So a data member that has been declared as private cannot be accessed outside the class, but it can be accessed within the class only. For protected keyword, it is when we are using inheritance. So for inheritance, let's put it here. Exam extends and capex. All right. So here now I put this here, protected I. Let's do this here. So I'm accessing I, which has been declared protected in ncapex. Now I'm using a subclass to display this value of I to show you how protected work. So now we're going to create another object, exam x is equal to new exam function. And now I'm going to call it from the subclass. This is a subclass. From the subclass, I'm calling this add function. I'm calling, which is in the subclass. Now let's run it. Still in cap demo. Java C and cap demo. Java and cap demo. I get it. So since this is protected, this can be accessed. Now, let's see I put this as private. What happens? It will not be accessed because private can be accessed only within the class. So I put it back to protected. Now it is again accessible. So that's the difference between private keyword, protected keyword, and public keyword.